Besides sending the police, you might want to send an ambulance or a hearse.
Hello, Billy Ho here. What's up, fellas? OFL, Oklahoma Football League, season 25. And we are already down to the last couple of weeks of the regular season, pushing for those playoff spots. We're going to take a quick look at the standings and last week's results for week 12, and let's get it started. All right. Getting into the me first, obviously, because it's just the left right leaderboard here. Back to back wins, threatening to actually not look like total crap this year. 110 to 91 over Mikey Mac. And we had that fairly down weeks. Neither one of us scored a ton of points, but I was able to eke it out. So thanks to DK Metcalf having a shit ton of catches and Jonathan Taylor plunging a touchdown in, and obviously my man Travis Kelce, who's been the most consistent player I've had all year long. All good. And Mikey Mike had a big outing from T. Higgins, but he couldn't quite get him there. And the Etienne injury really probably cost him. I mean, he probably could have got 20, 25 easily out of Etienne and then been right there. So that's what happens in this wonderful world of football. I can't tell you playing DraftKings and other stuff how many times that's happened to me this year. Somebody goes down and I lose my money. So anyway, Freeze Freaks gets a win, 7-5, looking good for a playoff spot and maybe the division. I'll take a look at that in a minute. I don't exactly know where everybody's at, but we'll find that out. 129 to 82. And rinse and repeat, Josh Allen all day. Stephon Diggs still gets it done. I mean, he doesn't have to blow up, but he can trip and stumble his way to 20. Dalton Schultz with the two big TDs on Thanksgiving. So let's and Duncan's dogs only 82. Bad. Mooney got hurt. Maybe he was out. I don't know if he missed the game or not. Honestly, I heard Paul put some stuff out there, and Pierce didn't get a target. That's bad. 2 zeros in a lineup. Probably guys like Mixon hurt. Yeah. And that's rough. 82. You got caught slipping 4-8. Don't be mailing it in, Duncan. You know how we get. We'll throw you out of the league, fool. Just kidding. All right. Well, Free gets the win. Royal Rams edges out Baller. Back to back for Baller losses, but that's, he still scored enough to beat most everybody in the league. So not too disappointing. Brady finally has a decent game. Miles Sanders comes through with a big game against Green Bay, 2 touchdowns and a buck 43. It's so unpredictable. Garrett Wilson with the new quarterback coming through. And on the other side, Justin Jefferson, we all know how he does. And a pretty competitive matchup, probably the closest of the week, I'd say. And so next up, Bill Billies takes the loss to Pete. Pete 7-5, looking strong. Burrow, Godwin. Godwin's finally healthy. So you're going to be looking good with Godwin for the rest of the year. And Kyler getting it done. Not really much to speak of, just kind of a down week all the way around. You'll be looking good tonight with Ramondre. But Fournette being out hurts a little bit. Not too bad, though. 124, it would have beat me. 147, nice score. I can't seem to get these big scores. That's my problem. My guys show up, but everybody gets 20. So I'll end up with 100. All right, let's see. Next up, Red and Black takes the loss. Typer Bombers. Big game out of James Conner. Nice to see him running again. McCaffrey a little dinged up, but you overcame that very nicely. Amon St. Brown, always a monster. Pretty good score, 130 with an 8 out of McCaffrey, and so Tua with 20, and that's not great for a quarterback. Only 1 touchdown. They pulled him out of the game 1 yard short of 300. Isn't that hilarious? I'd probably been a little pissed about that if I'd have lost. But Derrick Henry, a little bit of a letdown week. Tyreek, obviously the product of the Tua and not a whole lot of playing after they got a big lead on Miami. And Nick Folk kicking away. I need a kicker. My defense sucks too. Nice win though, Mike. And last but not least, Jake Snakes. Feel good about that, brother. That you only scored 95 because you probably wasn't. Not too many people was going to beat 167. So I'd rather just get absolutely torched than score 95 and lose 97 to 95. So the 56 out of Josh Jacobs, obviously. I wonder if he'll play this week. That's kind of curious. He had a lot of work in that overtime game, but Jalen Hurts getting it done as always. Kenneth Walker with the 2 touchdowns. He's got a pretty solid lineup heading for the playoffs. 6-6 definitely puts you in position with 2 weeks to go. But that'll cover week 12. So let's go look at the standings real quick before we bounce. And 7-5 is at the top of the red division, and that may whoever gets the most points. That's pretty close. That can swing in 1 week span. So between, I'd say, feel pretty confident between Paul and Michael Claiborne for the red division. I don't believe they both can lose. They just played each other, so I guess they both can lose. So they would have to both lose and score absolute shit next week. And then me and Mike would have to both win and score a shit ton. So that's at least that's encouraging that I'm mathematically still alive. But the blue division is the same. Freeze and Pete are battling it out, and they have yet to play each other. So that's going to come down to it. But it looks like Freeze got a very comfortable lead, so we can call that a 1-game lead on the points. He's got well over 100, and that'll probably get it done. So that's a pretty comfortable. And I believe we're vying for that. Jay Baller looks good for the first bye, so he's resting players and and I like the NFL does. But that second spot, that second bye, which is very important, is up for grabs. And I'd say just looking at the points, Steve Free is in the driver's seat for now because he's got a 1-game edge in the points and he's got a big lead, 197, well over almost 200. Yeah, 200, over 100. So he's in real good shape for that bye. That's what y'all are looking for. And then the other playoff spots, the you know Jared's in there. He's got pretty good points, 1474, and he's 6-6, so that's good position. So it's going to come down to these guys, and I being in the 1350 range on points. That's I'm not looking forward to making the playoffs. I'd probably get bounced out in the first round anyway. So I guess I'll be toilet bowl bound. Maybe I'll get a bye in the toilet bowl and try to get something done there. At least it's better than nothing. It helps pay for next year. So anyway, that's our weekly update. I'm your host, Billy Ho. Don't forget to subscribe, like, all that good stuff, and plenty of other content. We're doing the Hero Challenge this week in golf, but that'll be the last event until the Tournament of Champions in the first of the year. So we're just about a month away from that. So until the next video, see you soon. Thanks for watching.